Hello, my name is Connie Liu. I'm an undergraduate at MIT, and today we're going to be talking a little more in depth about the history of life. So, the way we're going to be looking at this is via a timeline. If you remember from the History of Life video, there were four main steps that had to occur in order for life to arise on early Earth. And then on this timeline, I detailed where these four steps occurred from 4.6 billion years ago when the Earth finally formed from the condensation of dust and rock clouds. Then, one, organic molecule started to synthesize, and two, these organic molecules started becoming macromolecules. So, these organic molecules included things like amino acids and nucleic acids, and then they came together to form macromolecules of proteins and RNA. So the way that these organic molecules started to arise was because this early Earth was constantly being bombarded by rocks and ice, kind of like the exact things that it's made of, because it is just a condensation of dust and rocks itself. So by all this agitation of being bombarded, organic molecules started forming, and then thus macromolecules did as well. These macromolecules were organic compounds then that are essential for organisms or for life. So these macromolecules began to get packaged into membranes, these being lipid membranes, which are also another organic macromolecule. And that was the third step. And the fourth step was that these molecules are self-replicating. So some of these packaged macromolecules that were packaged into membranes were not self-replicating, and thus they didn't have the same type of macromolecule or self-replicating macromolecule properties that the protobionts did. But the protobionts were special because they were self-replicating. So that's how those four steps lie on the timeline of how Earth formed. Once protobionts were formed, it wasn't until 1.4 billion years later until eukaryotes formed, which are the cells that make up you and I, and a lot of animals, things like that. And then you always think of, say, the era of dinosaurs as really, really far back, but it's actually only a speck on the timeline of life when you see that it was only 230 million years ago versus the 4.6 billion years ago when Earth formed that the earliest dinosaur was founded. So that wasn't until 230 million years before now, which is nothing compared to the complete timeline of Earth and of life.